let's... And it did not say that I was live on YouTube. Thank you very much, Me6, for totally ignoring what I tell you to do. This is great. 1 minute. It's been a pain. Starting stream. Let's see here. Oh God, here we go. Oh. Very much, Me6 for total. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop this in here. Okay. So, everybody was curious about the rack and everything. Thank you, webcam, for doing that in the middle of this. We're going to grab the webcam here, and I'm going to show you guys what's going on a little. Let's crank up the lighting. All right. This is the rack that we got in, and its current construction rate. Everything that's going on. Just got this done. This is the mess that is our servers right now. As you can see, everything's kind of a, well, it's a mess. We're working on it. My desktop. That's the state it's in at the moment with its faceplate up there because it keeps having problems and it's just kind of limping along. It's pretty bad. My setup at the moment and everything I got going there. My desk is a mess. But yeah, this is my office. This is where I'm working at normally. If it'll, there it goes. That's my soldering station and my meter and all that stuff. I don't have my microscope out here because it's big. I have my test power supply, a test board, you know, miscellaneous stuff, and then our parts shelves. And this is pretty much the office of Unknown Skies and everything you guys have helped us work for up to this point. So trust me, the money you guys donate, the money you guys spend in the web store, it doesn't go to waste. We have physical servers that are actually here. Like I said, it's no bullshit that we buy to build this community with. We own everything lock, stock, and barrel. KVM, gigabit switch, router. Yeah, there's an Apple wireless point up there. Don't poke fun. I don't want to hear it.
Judge it, so I could give me a new Wi-Fi.
No judging. No judging is allowed to happen. Look, no judging. Don't start that stuff, okay? I'm watching you. Our cable modem, and you know, this is pretty much the office of what we're dealing with. I figured I'd go ahead and pop up a stream and talk to you guys while I'm in between stuff right now, and we're working on everything. When I said my computer was old and needed upgraded, I wasn't joking. It is a hodgepodge of pieces parts right now because, well, I've never had the money to buy a really nice gaming rig and set up all the cool stuff and have all these fancy lights. And no, I bought a workstation. I did the sensible thing. Bought something that would last me a really long time, keep up. And it's been a great machine. It really has. But the chip was made in 2010. The RAM was made in 2012. Like, there's not a single new part in there besides my 1050 that I had to buy when my graphics card failed. So this is the third graphics card I've had in this machine. So there's that. The servers. When I say we're going to upgrade them, I'm not talking about some host. I'm not secretly hosting elsewhere or anything like that. We really are buying servers. We really are trying to build a professional network in here and have professional hosting services. And you guys are helping us to build a gaming community that has an actual administrator on site where the servers are hosted, doing the work, fixing the problems, so that we can actually have both a fun community and a real thing going together. We're not trying to build some BS thing here. Hi, buddy. I see that. He brought me a battery. I want you all to thank my son for that. No. Mm. If you want to talk and be on the stream with the chat, meeting discussion is where we're talking about all this right now. You can actually go in there and talk, and it'll be streamed on YouTube and everything. Please keep the cursing to a minimum, or I will banish you from the channel. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. It's on a delay. I can edit it. Yeah, you get the point. Anyways, what our whole project today is to move everything into a rack, professionalize. Honey, do me a favor. Hand me the decal that's down there. If it's even, that thing's so bent to crap. Good God. My children. I had a nice graphic made up that we're going to put on the wall and everything, along with the pictures. It's the same format and everything that we have now. I also have the stuff to create a backlit sign to go with our streaming and everything. So eventually this backdrop that's behind me will actually have a big old Unknown Skies logo with multicolor backlights that'll change. It'll be a really cool little thing we're doing. Hashtag enter Raptor Squad. yeah, they're ornery to say the least. Hi, internet. Racks on racks on racks. I have fancy light. My boyfriend bought them for me. That's great, Akiza. Thank you.
No, he will ban you from the channel.
No, I really will. Don't hate. Don't cause problems. I know that rack. The rack was actually provided to us by our sponsor. I'm going to leave it at that because it's YouTube, and I don't think I'm allowed to mention their name without YouTube's express permission. But it was given to us. We paid for the shipping, and we paid for the base costs of it. $305 got us this beautiful rack. It's really sturdy. It's really nice. I'll show you the quality of it. This thing's freaking awesome here. It's got a solid base. It's a real piece of hardware. It's not a piece of crap. This thing is freaking awesome, man. We've got the rest of the parts kind of like, there's the baby floating around, and he's getting into stuff and everything, But as you can see, it's coming together, and we're getting situated here. Really nice piece of hardware to mount them all on. It was supposed to be a 24U. They sent us a 27U. It was supposed to have the little tiny wheel casters that didn't look like they were going to push anywhere. We got really nice, sturdy casters with it. They went above and beyond. They included an extra set of the L rails so that if we had another server later that didn't have rails that came with it, we had somewhere to put it. These guys were freaking phenomenal. I mean, they really were. They're who I'm going to upgrade my computer through. I've got a Dually 52690 machine with 128 gigs of RAM I could get for $855, which is a 32-core system, essentially 16 cores, 32 threads. I've also got servers I can get through them. The quote I have on the website that for the money we're trying to raise is to upgrade the server to quad, 10-core processors, 256 gigs of RAM. It's going to be a really hardcore, powerful server that will be able to span at least 160 people on. It's more than double the CPU we have now. We could honestly host the game we have right now on that server and host 160 people on it as it sits. We could hit almost HWS levels, but it's a $3,000 to $5,000 machine. We're a small gaming community that's kind of turned into a company, and to protect ourselves and follow the law and file the taxes and do the write-offs and all that stuff, so that we could raise this kind of money, have a professional administrator that is planning everything out, dealing with our network, dealing with the technical issues, and working with the volunteers to have a really nice community here that's both going to last a long time and serve a hell of a lot of players with great games. Sometimes we have a lot of people that just aren't very helpful, like the devs for Empyrean. Man, they're all about HWS. They're the #1 server, according to them. We took their spot twice yesterday. Like, they're struggling to hold first place against us, and we've only got an 80 slot. They aren't going to hold it once we hit 160. There's no freaking way. They're just not going to be able to keep up with us. They're not, because unlike them, we're active. We talk to you. We're with you, I mean, they're sort of with everybody, and they work with people. They're not a terrible community, but they're not us at all. And I really believe we have a better solution. I believe we have a better answer. We own our hardware. We own our company lock, stock, and barrel. We're not in anybody's pockets. So, yeah, that's exactly it. The desk that you guys saw that all this is sitting on is 8 foot long by 3.5 feet deep. It is a monster desk. This rack takes up a 2 foot by 4 foot space. That's it. So I'm going to get that desk for my main desk. I'm going to be able to run multiple monitors, have multiple machines, so I can permanently, set up everything up here and get a full layout of all the servers and all that and have response, basically places to monitor it all. I can't do that now. My desk is a 4 foot by 6 foot monstrosity that just doesn't have enough room for more than 3 monitors. It's not there. That thing will, and then I can give my wife this desk, give her my current desktop at the end of all this. She'll be able to have a 2 monitors set up, and she'll be able to help the ARC community and all that. Yeah.
I need more than 2 monitors. I need at least 3.
Okay, but still, it's one big giant process that in the end will be better for everybody involved. Yeah, exactly. It's like an apartment for computers. It's pretty cool. And it also allows me to order more, have better powers, have better power management. Everything's more organized and cleaner, and you don't have heat building up in between the servers. And this server rack's a big deal for us. Better everything. And we look more professional. When I take pictures of my office, it's going to look like, not like a redneck built it, but professional and really nice. Because right now it does look like a redneck built it because I are one. No. It's just going to be better for everybody. It'll look good. It'll be clean, professional, and I'm pretty excited. So anyways, we're going to do server maintenance today. The servers are going to go down in kind of an unspecified order. I'll warn all the individual communities. Probably 10 or 15 minutes before I pull them down. ARC's already been taken down, apparently. We have 2 Empyrean servers. We don't have any other servers running. We actually have 2 servers that are sitting here pretty much doing nothing right now. What's that, Amanda?
You could either go to the meeting discussion area.
Mr. Kenny, you're really trying hard to help, aren't you, buddy? Aren't you? My little chubber bubble. My little chubber bubble. You want to say hi? Come here. Come on, say hi. Say hi, YouTube. Hi. Isn't he adorable? He's such a cute marshmallow. Guam. He's all happy. He's like, I'm on video. This is cool. Anyways, I'm just kind of waiting right now. We kind of have to wait it out. I gotta buy some time so everybody can get prepped. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to shoot out the warning for a few more minutes. That's why I'm not like already actively on top of this stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna show everybody how we do the inspections, and everybody's gonna see, the process we use to reconnect all this and how this all works, and it's gonna be neat. We're gonna build the rack live on YouTube while everybody's watching, mistakes and all. I'll admit, I've never set up a rack like this before. Usually I come in after the racks are already set up, or I set up the liquid cooling, then they install everything into the rack, and then I come in and install the hoses. Like, this is a part of the process I've never been a part of. I understand how it works, but I've never done the assembly myself, so it'll be fun. They included, by the way, a really nice little kit. Inside the server go these little brackets that contain the nut on them, so I can clip them into place from the back, and they hold the nut in place, and then I can assemble everything. So for any of the free-floating stuff that doesn't have, like, threads already tapped into it, I can use these in place. They clip. I don't have to hold them, and then I can run the screen. It is an awesome system. I wish I could mention them on my YouTube, because, man, they're fucking awesome. I'm pardon the language. I'm really happy. I'm excited. I didn't expect this. We paid for one thing, and they went above and beyond for us. It's great. They actually have a few of their employees that play here. They won't tell me who they are, but yeah, I wish I could thank them. Maybe they're listening. Thank you. What did you do? Good job, honey.
There's this little clip I had to clip in.
Oh, gotcha. There's a little clip. Kenny's like my daddy. He's watching the YouTube video over Amanda's laptop. This is adorable. He really does. He's all like totally tweaked, man. Look at this. Hold on. It's adorable. Uh, he's he's sitting there just watching his dad, man. He's like, this is cool. But yeah, I think it's hilarious. I love my kids. I really do.
Yeah, I think.
It's kind of nice that
Yeah.
this all worked out like this, and I ended up with a really good opportunity to be able to stay home with my kids, help my wife around the house. You know, I'm able to be an active part of their lives and still have employment. That's everybody's dream, you know. I'm grateful for the experience. I didn't think I'd ever end up in this position, but it's just kind of happened. And it's thanks to everybody that's funded, you know, the servers. They funded me personally. They've helped us out, you know. Everybody's been really amazing. They really have been. And we're making progress. We're getting there little by little. We'll have some new games coming. We talked about hosting a game called MU Online. I got to look into some issues with it, but that's probably coming to our community before too much longer. There's also potentially another game coming up. I can't discuss it right now, but mostly because I don't want to get anybody excited or say anything I shouldn't. Or it's a surprise to say the least how everything's come together. Yeah, that's a weekend event. The admins are coming out in ships. Die, die, die. Da, 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 da. You know. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a blast. It really is. I like it. Oh, my nose itches. Pardon me. Don't look at me, YouTube. Ah. But anyways, yeah, really. Oh, that's terrible. Come on, refocus, camera. I'm so funny looking. My camera doesn't like me. Doesn't want to focus. It's all like, But I don't know what else to talk about, really. Not yet. We'll look at chat here. I don't know what it is, but cool. Server rack is for flat server units, blah, blah, blah. I think I got it, like apartment for computers. Glad your light is low. Your head is almost as shiny as mine. I know, isn't that crazy? Too many U-turns under the sheets. That's what caused that. Actually, no, it's stress-induced. That's what we'll blame it on. My kids. Anybody else that wants to join the discussion that's on YouTube, you can join our Discord channel. The link's up there on the left. Feel free to join the meeting discussion channel. Do read our rules and stuff beforehand. Pardon my screaming child in the background. You want to go quiet her down. Oh, that is too bad, Miss Emu. She gets back here, she'll be into everything. Kenny! And that's why the server shut down the first time. He probably just accidentally shut down the... Oh. I have to have my wife's help, but my kids being back here are a disaster. My God. Yeah, there is a very good possibility he shut down the server number 2 for Empyrean. Yeah, the no VIP one. I mean, there's not a lot of people on, but I still got to check it. Oh, nope, it's good. Okay. Okay.
Alright, are we done explaining now? Can we get this going?
Oh, we're done explaining. I have to wait. I can't just shut down the servers. Actually, I could send the message right now. I think there's enough time to go ahead and do that. I'm going to mute my mic for a second. Okay, I'm in here.
Your mic's not muted.
Okay. So you mean to tell me I've been talking this entire time on YouTube and not transmitting shit? That is hilarious. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, YouTube. That is great. I apparently had my microphone muted this entire time. Yeah, I'm a genius. Yeah, I'm an officer chat, but I was also streaming and I thought my mic was unmuted, so cuz these guys were responding to me. So, I hope my audio was fine. Let me see something here. It's in the got us this beautiful rack. Good job. Huh? Okay, so my audio was working. Okay. Get up to where we're at and see if I can hear anything. Now I can't hear me. I can see everything there, but okay, I'm in here because I shut off the voice thing. Okay. All right, but anyways, okay, so I didn't goof. Just when I plugged in my mic and I switched channels, it muted me, I guess. Go ahead and send him the link if somebody wouldn't mind. It's in Streamer's channel. If you scroll down to the very bottom, it's the last link that's in there right now. It's from Chilimeat-owner. We're going to stream the maintenance of the servers and show you guys part of our process and what we do. And ahead of time, don't you dare judge how much or how little thermal paste I put on these things, okay? Don't you dare do it. Oh, here we go. Yeah. If you go to meeting discussion, that's where we're discussing stuff like live on chat and all that. It's in the meeting discussion channel. What's that? My God. Is my brother the guy on Gold Rush? No. What are you doing? Get out of stuff. Sorry, my parent senses started tingling. I knew you were into something. Get out of there. That's it, too. You're damn right. As soon as the second they get quiet, I know something's going on. Yes, they are. They are hunting, and it ain't for food. It's for destruction. Oh, not only that, but they can find the tools to do it. That's the problem. My workbench is right behind me. That's what I was showing on YouTube. All my tools are just kind of there. It's like, no, get out of here. You ain't allowed in here. Because God forbid they discover one and take it with them. I'll come out and find a socket disconnected, or they'll manage to do something super dangerous and get away with it and not kill themselves. Alright, there's the thermal compound for this. That receipt's got to go into my business expense folder for this quarter. At the end of the month, I got to close that folder out, calculate, do this quarter's expense and report and everything. And we also put our expense and expenditure reports and all that on Discord as well for people to see if they're interested. It just kind of breaks down and shows everybody what money went where, how much I took. You know, we're honest and upfront with all this. Yes, I do it for profit. No, not all things in life are fair. You know, the normal. So anyways, not a whole lot. I'm streaming on YouTube if you're interested. We're going to stream the maintenance process for the servers and all the work we're doing right here on YouTube so you guys can see it, see our process, see how we work through this stuff, see how we keep the servers running up with a 99% uptime even though we own them and it's not on a host. Really, really good preventative maintenance and catching problems before they happen. I take pretty thorough notes. To give you an idea how thorough I am, this is one page of hundreds that I've written. everything is super detailed and noted. This is the notes folder for just this month.
If the government or its organized as Chile all of our problems, most of them would go away.
Probably. My notes paperwork is up there somewhere. I'll deal with it another time. But yeah, I take extensive notes while I'm doing this. I'll rip this page off the pad, throw it in my notes folder, go through and do a visual inspection of the servers. I have a magnifying light sitting here. Like I said, I'm an electronics technician primarily, so magnifier light. Not that you can see it because my webcam decided it wants to refocus. Hi again, I'm back. This thing's so silly. It is a Microsoft webcam. That's all it is, but it's 1080p. It's got really good lighting adjustments. I really like this webcam. I thought it was going to be, a mediocre for now thing. I might actually keep this thing for a while.
Except if Microsoft and might watch.
That's okay. It's going to be seeing some creepy stuff. They are going to be watching for long. Oh, God, no. Oh. Yeah, some guy at the NSA is going to be like, watching what? Oh. Yeah, really. Yeah, there'll be some black van pulling up. Stop doing that on your webcam. We're watching. Yeah, really. You mean to tell me you guys didn't like the show I put on where I was doing the helicopter in front of the webcam? Come on. All right. Anyways, guys, I'm going to throw up the 5-minute timer to the Empyrean servers. Pegasus is getting ready to go down. Let me see here. Server, stop in 5. Yes. Okay. Pegasus server countdown has begun. Going to Orion Galaxy. Somebody remembered to announce all this in server 2, right?
Probably not.
I'll bet not. Okay. So let me... No, it's all shy now. Yeah, it's... okay, that's the password. No, it's not towards anybody specific.
It's specific to me. Oh no. What?
Hey, Still.
What's up?
Shush and go sit and spend time with your family.
Yeah, let's try to keep down on the side conversations in here since I am streaming. Please.
I know. Hopefully I gave
I'm begging you guys. Oh, did you?
Yeah, the guys that did not correct. They like doing
Oh wow.
How long it was gonna be? They didn't say anything so long ago.
Oh hey, Dark Void. Is Mal on? Oh, I'll find out.
nothing when we're not streaming. You could. It's going. How's it going with you?
My god, people are spineless and rotten. I don't think I'm gonna make it back to the planet in time. Oh, that's 6 people. Oh shit, did I just chase everyone off the screen?
Okay. I love how people sigh. considering that we've had way more uptime than any of the other servers and way few problems than any of the other servers through this process, and people are still mad at us. That is
You know what I say, Chili?
that is interesting. Down for hours during main play time.
I say,
Don't care. You can complain if you'd like to. It's fine. In the meantime,
complain, whine. Okay, I'm done.
yeah, that's pretty much it. It is what it is.
I'll just start handing out my little cheese and wine stands.
Yeah, hand out your cheese and wine stands. Everybody will sit there and enjoy some cheese, enjoy some wine, and well, there we are. There we have it.
About how long will the server be down?
I don't know.
We're thinking like 3 to 4 hours maybe.
For all of them combined, all the maintenance and everything, 3 or 4 hours. This is pretty routine. This should go relatively quickly. We shouldn't have too many problems throughout this process. But I still have to do it logically, and I still have to do full inspections. Like, I'm not going to break part of my process to save time so that everybody can play faster. It's either going to get done right or it's not going to get done.
That makes sense.
So, let me prep everything here for inspections and all that. Myself a fresh page, grab my pencil. Waiting on all the servers to shut down. I need to... Yeah, we'll be here. Let me switch to the other server. The DL would be... Your server needs shut down, so let's do that real quick. Start. Shut down. Don't care. Okay. Alright, that's shutting down. Closed. Next machine. Minecraft modded. Seems to be running at the current point in time. Shut down. Okay. What's that?
Yeah, I miss the old Thaumcraft with wands. I like the gauntlet, but I'm used to
Get out of there. Bad Kenny, come here. Get out of stuff. Dork. Yeah, you ain't allowed in that. Yeah, go give your mom mushy face. See, somebody quits every time. There's no making anybody happy. Does he realize that there's no such thing as like the perfect time to do all this?
No, there's not.
I mean, 6 o'clock in the morning we have 40 people on. 6 o'clock at night we have 50 to 80 people on. Like, no matter what I do, it's a lose-lose. So I just do server maintenance what I can. I know. I just spent an entire 24-hour day awake and working on this stuff, you know, for everybody, and I still have people complain like I have nothing better to do in my life besides do this. Nothing at all. It's like, yeah, right. Learn a new jutsu solves everything. It'll be great. Except I'm not a very good ninja, so I would say I'm a little big for that. Oh, yeah, you got a point. All right. I'll just boulder over everybody and grow really big and Hulk smash. That's cool. Kenny, quit it. All right, so that server's ready for shutdown. Start. Power. Shutdown. Other planned. Continue. That's closed out. Cancel. What's that, honey? The bottom one's shutting down right now. The backup server should be the only one that's still on at the end of this, and I'm getting ready to shut it down next.
Yeah, leave it alone. Come on.
Out of curiosity, does anybody know the hotkey to maximize
No, not right now.
the window? Oh, I remember. Never mind.
Let me press the link.
Yeah, just in case anybody that's late to the party here wonders what's going on here and why we're doing this midday, I still have the PvP portion of the map to work on and a bunch of stuff that still kind of needs fixed. So this was the easiest thing to move around, and it's more convenient to do it today should we need some piece of hardware, or I have to run to the hardware store, or I need to do ordering or anything like that. If we have any problem, I have at least another day worth time. So I can rearrange PvP to tomorrow's agenda, get it done then, and it's not so hard to work through the weekend. But this is all physical stuff that's got to be done a certain way, and I kind of want the extra day just in case. That way, if there's one server that doesn't make it in the stack, I can go down to the hardware store, solve the problem, come back. It's generally how I'm trying to do this. So,
Makes sense.
yeah, it's very sensible. I got rails for most of the servers. I have L brackets for the rest of them. I figure if the L brackets won't quite hold the servers, I'll go get a piece of plywood, make a shelf. It'll temp until we can afford the rails. Because the rails for some of these servers are upwards of $100, $140 a piece.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
No, and I didn't want to drop more than what I did because I have to get most of those off of eBay. They didn't have any in stock for the rest of the servers I had. I grabbed what they had. I got a good deal. I got to make do on the rest of it. So we'll see how everything works out and what I need, and we'll deal with all that as it goes, you know. There's some flexibility in all this. The good thing is if I had to, I could throw in a couple spacers, throw the servers up on the rack. I mean, no matter what, at this point, I have the availability of completing the job, moving it to the rack, fixing stuff later. No big deal. I just want to get it moved to the rack so I have my space back again and I can finish everything else. It's the first step to rearranging my office and cleaning up and professionalizing all this. And all right, that server's ready. And shut down. This was, we'll say it was planned. All right, our entire network for the first time in 2 years is completely down. Besides for a power outage. I live in Newton Falls, so that happens. No, not at all. I'm going to disconnect my cable here. I might vanish off webcam for a minute so I can get all the preparation done. Make sure I don't flash everybody my booty on YouTube here. Ugh. I actually did that once. Nobody was watching the stream. I deleted the video. Like, that's just how it works. All right, let's go ahead and move over here and get all this done and ready here. All right, pretty much what I'm doing is I'm disconnecting all this hardware. We're going to clean this table off. I want you guys to see what all's involved here. We're going to get this all prepped and everything off camera, get all these down, and when I go to maintenance the servers, I'm going to set this webcam up here, and you guys will actually see me open the shells, and we'll go through and inspect them and all that fun stuff. So give me a few minutes to get prepped. We're going to be off camera. I'm probably going to have a smoke while I'm in the middle of all this. Give me a few minutes. Let me get all this done, and I'll be back. All right? Cool. I can still chat with you guys while I'm doing it, but it's for anybody watching on YouTube. Disconnect that. Bye. 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 We'll get the first part of the rack install done here. I need the faceplate that goes with this. Sweetheart, do me a favor, there's a faceplate right next to your elbow. You mind handing that up here? Thank you. I'm going to need it in a few seconds here. Yep, we're ready to start this. I got to get the first piece of hardware transferred over. Let's grab the pieces, parts here. I think this only requires a handful of screws and stuff. Alright, I got all the hardware. We're going to go ahead and point at the rack here so you guys can see what all's going on. We're going to get the first part of this install done. Ugh. Get our initial piece of hardware in. Let me see how this is going to go and what I'm going to need. Why is that like that? That's kind of annoying. That's weird. Doesn't have an upper set of ears. I wonder if I'm missing a piece of hardware that I'm supposed to have for this. Doesn't look like it. Oh, I may just set this on top of one of the other servers and bolt it in place like that. That's disappointing. I could also throw a couple of spacers in there. I have to go through some hardware. Actually, you know what? I got a plan for that. I know what I'll do. Let me get the little things in place here. Why would I need an additional cooling fan while I'm doing this?
No, never mind. I meant for the extra part.
Oh, no. This isn't... It's not an extra part. It's... Let me show you the front of this thing. I'll show you on YouTube here so you can see what I'm looking at. On the end of this... Yeah, I know there is, but just bear with me here. You guys will see it in a few seconds.
I'm used to 30 seconds.
Yeah. This isn't that bad. As you can see here, I've got one hole at the bottom and nothing on top. There's just kind of a dead space, so it really can't balance itself on the rack. I'm kind of thinking I may run a screw in the top as kind of a spacer to hold the top out and run the screws in the bottom. I think that's the way I'm going to do this. So I got to put in the necessary pieces and kind of measure this out and hand some stuff off to my wife. And all right, let's sit this back in here and make sure I got my spacers correct. That goes here. Go ahead and drop that down. You can, if you can get that out of the way, honey, you can go ahead and take it. Thank you. We'll install the pieces, parts here. Yeah, it's... Hold on a moment. Underneath that one. Underneath the next line, I need one more nut here. Yeah, I weigh 400 pounds, and this is all the bigger I am. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I'm pretty close to that. Don't do that.
3. All right, we're good. Go ahead and... No, I have a bad knee, so totally understand that. I can hear it audibly crunching as I go down the steps.
Oh, just wait till you keep walking constantly grinding and all that too. It ain't right.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. All right, you want to go ahead and bring that back over, honey? Not really. Give me a moment here. Let me... I wonder if that's going to be long enough to prevent that from dropping down. I may need a longer... I don't really have... I need a screw that actually fits these that's longer than this so I can butt it up against the back of this thing and stabilize it. Because I'm not necessarily sure that once I get the screws in, it's going to be fine. This is our NAS device in case anybody's wondering what I'm installing right now. Those are not going to work. Hand me the screwdriver real quick. This is really hard to do while I'm holding this. You want to grab the back? Please. She's just heavy as hell. Yeah, I know. Go ahead and slowly release the back. It does just kind of hang there okay. Alright. We can slide something in underneath it. That'll be fine for now. It's not optimal, but see what I mean about putting a spacer in? I can stabilize it that way, but probably, I'm not that worried about it though, honey. I mean, it'll sit like this. It'll be fine. It won't be happy, but it'll be fine. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Yeah, there's gonna be a server right under it anyways, so I guess let's start with the 1950 version 3 down there. Actually, hold on. We'll put the network in first. This stream may go down during this part, just so everybody knows. When it does, I'll return after we get this portion of it done with the network equipment, and then we'll go to inspections and all that stuff, okay?
Bye-bye, guys. I'll be back in a
Question,
minute.
Chili. Wouldn't it be a good idea to put the start placing the servers down at the bottom of the rack as heat rises?
Well, we're...
Just a thought. Just a thought.
The reason I have to have them higher up is because I'm going to put a vent above them to vent the heat completely out of the room. This is so I don't have to liquid cool all of them. I'm going to basically... Yeah, I'm going to take a shroud, basically the same thing that would be over an oven, place it above the back of the rack to suck the heat out as it rises, and that'll deal with a lot of the heat issue.
I wasn't sure what you were doing. That's why I kind of made that suggestion.
Yeah, that's just... It is what it is right now. It really is. Alright, let's get the other machine. Bye. Goodbye. Quit nagging.
Freaking mic was on.
Do you want to climb up there?
Oh, you're alright. Here we go. That needs to go over. Actually, here, I'll do this part here, because I can just open this one. This is our Fear server, so you guys can see. It's just a little box. I literally got this thing for 25 bucks. 8 gigs of RAM, dual-core quad-thread processor. It's a really nice little rig, believe it or not. We're going to go ahead and do an inspection of this. I normally don't, but I figure on this rotation I should probably pull it apart and take a look.
And I'm not going to fear this.
Oh, I'll bet.
I'm hooked on that.
It's a lot of fun. We really enjoy that game.
I like playing stuff like that.
Why is this not sliding apart? I know it just slides. No, it doesn't. There it goes. Jeez. Embarrassing. Live on YouTube. Alright. Now, just so you guys can see everything I'm looking at here. First portion of our... Yeah, you'll get to see as I go through here. The first part of this... Yeah, it's just a little thing. That thing, believe it or not, can host a 50-slot WoW server.
Really?
Yeah, it's a pretty nice little machine. It's just a little box. I could actually probably buy 8 of these damn things. They're like 25, 30 watts a piece. And host... Again, I have connections in the hardware industry. Remember, I used to repair this stuff for a living, so some of the places I've worked at, they give me discounts, and I offer advice, and, I consult for them on occasions. Yeah, it's pretty nice. We'll go ahead and remove the screw at the front of the hard drive here so we can peel this away and do a full... Yeah, that's why I use them. They're really efficient, little tiny boxes that are all low power, but they have enough to be able to host little stuff, insignificant things that don't take up a lot of CPU and a lot of RAM. With 8 gigs of RAM, believe it or not, there is a ton of games that I could actually rework on this and host out without any problems. It's got more than enough power. Just connect the little speaker on it here so we can get at the board and do an inspection. I see caps. I don't see any caps rounded off or anything popped up or any heat marks. Or the back looks a little crispy around some of them screws, but that was probably at manufacturing. Nothing from heat or anything. Now, the reason we're inspecting this is because it sits on top of all the network hardware, and I don't know how that affected it over time, so I just want to be sure that I don't see any scorch marks, I don't see anything crazy, everything's still in place, nothing lifted from heat, the normal stuff. See how dusty it is inside, which I can see I'm going to have to clean it soon. Probably get another couple of months. This thing's been sitting here for a year, and I haven't cleaned it once. Yeah, for a year, that's not a lot of dust in it, That's pretty decent. Let's take a look, see if it'll... Yeah, that's a good bit of dust there. So, yeah, I'd say this passes visual inspection. I don't see any problems. And as you can see, there's a 4 gig stick in the front of RAM. There's a 4 gig stick behind that. again, when I say that when I take this money in, like whether it's donations or people purchasing on the store or anything like that, all of this stuff that you guys donate money wise, hardware wise, whatever, it goes towards supporting the community, expanding our capability. Yes, I continue to make money on it because I need to be able to grow, and I need money to, if you guys aren't donating for the hardware, be able to make the decision to buy the hardware on my own. I also need to do maintenance and all that stuff. So it's not some crappy business where I'm rolling around six figures deep in a Cadillac. It's not like that. Yeah, yeah, it's you guys donate money, you guys get as much out of it as I do. You really do. Real hardware, I know this is just a little box, but real hardware that serves a function, has a purpose, and gets maintained properly. Now, with this thing, I'm not going to clean it right now. It does need cleaned. What we're going to do is we're going to write that down on my paperwork.
We all saw. I mean, I've got 300 hours in an early access game, so it's working for me.
Yep. So there you go. If that's been noted, I'll put this in my maintenance log folder. I'll come back to it later. I check it once every couple of weeks, and I'll perform the necessary maintenance that's listed in here. I don't have anything else I have to do. Now, I might do a hard drive scan or something like that, because this is a non-essential server we just fire up so we can play together. That's the idea behind it. When I get to that point, I'll go ahead and deal with it. Until then, I'm not going to bother. Hold on. Instead of you guys looking at my crotch here. Let me, Amanda's dealing with some disconnect stuff right now, and disconnecting the servers and trying not to bump down the network while we're streaming.
Right?
She's tried desperately not to here. There we go. Slide that back in place.
No.
If I can get it all to line up. That back part's a real pain to get to lock in. There we go. Now we'll put the screws back in. And that concludes maintenance for this machine. It's just a little one. It's just a little box, but it's just as important as the big boxes. We like our fair game. And keep in mind, this could also host Unreal Tournament 2012 or whatever the hell it is, 2004. We could go clear back to UT99. It'll host them all. It's modern hardware, decent OS. The only reason I only paid $25 for it was because the company was upgrading all these workstations to a little bit newer model, and they didn't have enough buyers for all the rest. So they offered their employees the option to get a hold of this stuff. My buddy contacted me, said, hey, do you want me to get you a couple of these? And I'm like, I'd like one. I don't know what else I'd use it for right now. And he's like, okay, I'll buy you one. Give me the money when I get there. Next day, he dropped it off. We had another server. Yeah. So all these contacts that I've made in the industry throughout this time, different recyclers, different computer stores, I have access to some really good deals on occasion. That's why the money sits in our account until I actually have the money, and then I make my phone calls. Because I'm a cash buyer at that point, and everybody knows me. The person with the lowest bid and the best reliability that I have the most history with, they're the one that's going to win. I weigh my options. If I feel for 2 seconds, I even doubt just a little bit that they're going to follow up with what they tell me, I skip them and I never go back. I won't even buy off them. That is just how it works. So they all know that if I'm coming there and I'm talking to them, I have cash in hand. They know that. Which is really good because that's allowed us a lot of deals. That DL380, the first one that I'm going to tear into, that server we actually got off eBay on a mistake. The vendor that was selling it listed two different sets of hardware specs. I went and I looked at the white paper, and we kind of estimated like what the common config is, and we figured that the secondary specs were probably the most accurate, and we figured if we could get it under $100, it was worth the risk. I won it for $89 after shipping. This is a monstrous, weighty server. He probably made $30 off this thing. I know he didn't make any money. I know he didn't make a dime. He lost on the shipping. I won. And we've been running that thing for a couple months now. It had one problem. When I first got it, one of the power supplies blew and smoked out. There was a, I don't know what to call it. It wasn't a capacitor. A component. I never looked it up. the side of the case melted on it. And it just petered out. I looked it up. These power supplies are notorious for having failures right after a sudden power off, which means he probably checked it, everything worked, he yanked the cables, didn't shut it down properly, and when I got it, I turned it back on, the sudden stress of the power drain, popped the component. It happens. I contacted him. He said I was on my own for replacement. I said, okay, fine, I'll leave you a negative just because I'm an asshole. And I did. You bet your ass, because he said it was guaranteed to work. 30-day money back, the whole bit, and he wouldn't replace my part. Rather than get my money back, I'm keeping the deal, and I'm going to leave him negative feedback. You know? That's how we do this. I'm waiting on my wife to get back in here. Should probably start the inspection on the server. I can inspect right now. So let's go ahead and move that direction. We'll get you set up here so you can watch the process. This is a Dell R710. It used to be a pretty common commercial server, but they're pretty old. It's ancient technology by now. This
Now looking at a R526.
I know, they're even older looking. I'm going to wipe the top of this off.
You know, sometimes places will advertise if they're going out of business, it's gone pretty much out of business, and they'll leave servers and stuff behind too. You could actually probably get a chance to pick up a good server. Prices.
Oh yeah, I watch. I understand we live in the middle of nowhere. There's not really a major city close to here. And since our car's got a water leak right now, and we really haven't had the extra money to fix it, I don't want to pull progress away from the community to fix the doggone thing. I really don't. So it just kind of is what it is. I need that brush, by the way, honey. Yeah, I gotta de-dust this thing. I need a can of duster too, but I have to send you to the hardware store after that, and that means me watching Raptor Squad for the time being. Alright, let's pop this. Take a look at how dirty she is. See what we got. This one will at least tell us if I have to send you to the hardware store or not, or if I have to go or whatever. Let's pull the fan out. That's not bad. As you can see, they get pretty dirty over time. Especially if you're not in a commercial environment where the air is always filtered and stuff like that. When these are in commercial data centers, they're running filtration systems, and usually most of the servers are liquid cooled if they have a lot of heat in one room, and it's a different experience.
And expensive.
It certainly is, and we just, as a gaming company, we don't have the money to deal with all that additional expense. Oh, that's fine. I needed a little damp. We're going to run a paintbrush through here. It's the easiest way to clean all the dust out and make sure we get it all. Believe it or not, you can actually use water around electronics like this, because these fans, all the circuitry's in the back underneath the sticker, and everything else on the outside is kind of sealed until those connectors. So as long as you avoid that stuff, you really don't have to worry about it, and you can yank all the dust out way better than you could with an air compressor. Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna go through and obsessively clean them. I just want to complete, simple inspection, maintenance, make sure everything's good.
No.
Yep.
No, go.
Usually we do, but I ran out of air and probably should have sent my wife to the hardware store before we started all this. I didn't think about it.
Nice thing is what I use is like it looks like a vacuum cleaner, except it's it blows like can air, and it's all anti-static and everything. That's what I use for cleaning.
Whew, look at that one. That one is dirty. This is why I decide to do maintenance the way I do it, because we never know what we're going to run across, or... Must be thorough. All right. Oh, that's not bad. I don't have to re-thermal paste them. Yeah, that's going to need blown out.
That's always nice. Thermal paste on.
Yeah, I usually do it every maintenance, but these weren't super dusty, so I don't think the heat like... The thermal paste I buy is good for up to 2 years.
Nice.
Thermal paste usually lasts about only a year or two. Then it starts hardening and reducing in performance. And there's actually a whole line of HPs that had problems. All right. So that's good. Get the last of these fans cleaned up and get the dust knocked out of them. And we just want to make sure dust doesn't build up over time and we don't have a heat failure due to it. And actually take care of the servers, you know. All right, visual board inspection. Generally what we do when we inspect these things is we check the caps, make sure none of them are bubbled up, check the regulators, make sure none of the regulators are crispy or there's no heat marks or anything else around them. Check the cables, make sure they're all seated correctly and haven't inched out over time. Check for any loose hardware. We note that. Just, you know, basic stuff. Make sure it's all down and stable and seated. And do me a favor, honey. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need you to write 10 on that paper. Yep, right in front of you. Right underneath the line I started. 10 dash, hold on a moment. Let me pull a RAM stick here. PC3 dash 10600R. Yeah, if I'm to order a memory upgrade for this rig, I'm going to need that information. And put Samsung at the end of it. And then after that, on the following line, indented in just a little bit towards the right, write 2.5 inch. So I know which server it is. The front of the server it has 2.5 inch SAS bays. That's with the drives that go in it. The other one has 3.5. So it's an easy way to keep track of which server's which, at least for me. I got a little bit of dust in the RAM slots. It's not a problem until I go to install RAM. I'll clean that out then. Because I can pull the individual server, clear the dust out of the RAM slots, be better prepared for it before I go and install more memory. I should probably clean the memory off a little bit, but it's not really that dirty. It's dirty, but it's not that bad. It's not going to cause a problem. Check all the transformers and the board, and it looks really good for an old server. Nothing scorched, no problems. Power supplies aren't super dirty. All right. Put on there, honey. Next maintenance requires air compressor. I'm going to have to blow these out with powered air by the next time. All the small particles of dust that I can't blow out with an air can, I'm going to have to take an air compressor to it. So that's got to go on our list of purchases. Small, quiet air compressor. They make them. Give me a moment here. Sweating my ass off. It is hot.
I believe it's like 105 degrees where I live.
Jesus, that's even hotter. All right, let's pop all the fans back in.
Arizona.
We're close to 100 up here in California.
Yeah, you're not too far from me. I'm in Arizona.
We used to have a brother, my second oldest brother, used to live in Phoenix there.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm in Tucson, so it's like a few degrees colder. Phoenix is like always 5 degrees over what we are.
But it's a dry heat, right? Now, before we install the rack, just to make sure we don't have any weird issues.
Oven's a dry heat too.
I hate it. I used to climb, when I went out there to visit for a couple of weeks, him and I climbed Squaw Peak.
Yeah, you pretty much have to go to the mountains. It's the only way to get away from it.
He lived right in
It looks like it's catching up here.
downtown Phoenix there, over by the university.
Oh,
And he, my mom and I went out to visit when I was 14. We climbed Squaw Peak for the
Okay.
first time. Well, my first time. That was actually fun.
That's plugged in.
Camelback. We're like, nah, not too one day.
yeah.
There we go.
Oh, we didn't take trails in Squaw Peak. We went to
All right, that completed post.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best way to do it.
yeah, it was.
Intrusion detected. Clear, and we are clear. All right.
Oh my god, I miss this place.
Oh yeah, northern Arizona though is if you need special permits, but a lot of the Indian reservation territories it kind of reminds me of being back in North Carolina. It's so weird compared to this.
Now, I'm going to interrupt you guys because you're jacking my stream. You're jacking my stream and you're all talking on it right now. Actually, I don't know if they can even hear you, to be honest with you. So that's what I have to repeat 4 more times, is that process, so I can get all the servers, maintenance, and everything. We're going to get them installed in the rack. When we change the network portion off, I'm going to have to end the stream anyways. So I'm going to end the stream for now. I'll come back when I get it all ready, and I'll finish the install, like connecting the cables and all that stuff on stream.
Good luck, Chili.
Take it easy, guys. I'll see you in an hour or two, all right?
Alrighty, good luck.
Server's back up?
No, server is not back up. Funny. You guys are terrible.
He's got to shut his stream down.
Yeah, I got to shut my stream down because I got to take the network down. So I'll be back somewhere between 15 minutes from now and an hour. We'll see how everything goes. Maybe I'll just run a couple jumpers and temp the network till I'm done. Yep.